Okay. I don't know if anybody can hear me. I hope my audio is working. Um, yeah, so I'm Danielle Helena, and this is a podcast about art, about music primarily. I'm a singer songwriter, so I want to bring on people who are also singer songwriters or rappers or poets or I don't know, eventually it might grow to filmmakers. Who knows? This is the first episode. This is the first time I'm ever doing this. I'm not used to doing stuff like this, so we're going to have fun. Um, I I want to dig deeper. I want to learn what makes people uh, create. I want to know what drives you, what inspires you, what makes you special. I'm interested. I'm still figuring out all the tech, so please bear with me. Um, who knows? I'm trying to see where I can see. There we go. Um, so I'm gonna today's my first episode. I am going to bring on a rapper friend of mine who featured me on his most recent project. Um, and I'm very excited to hear him answer some questions and just to talk and have a conversation about his art, what makes him special, and how he's able to craft his lyrics and present art to you. Um, I don't even, some of the questions that I'm asking, I don't even know the answers myself. So um, I'm excited to hear how people approach approach the questions. I'm also interested in answering them at some point myself. I think these are things I've thought about. I probably do have answers to all these questions now that I think about it, but I'm curious to see what other people have to say and how other people feel, and this is going to be a fun little journey. So I'm just going to talk and bore nobody because I'm in here by myself right now, but I want to keep these videos so that I can look back on them years from now and be like, look at this, look at how it started. Um, I don't know. Why am I doing this? Because one, I think musicians especially have a really hard time feeling seen a lot of the times. And I think this is an opportunity for them to feel seen by somebody who also doesn't get to really feel seen. And like all we want to do is share a piece of our art or a piece of our heart, literally. Um, and so it feels, you feel like this sense of defeat when you're sharing to no one, when you're like screaming out into the void. You're not really accomplishing the goal because the goal is connection. And when you're connecting to nothing, struggle. Um, so yeah, this is an attempt to connect, to bring more artists together. I want to meet more artists. I mean, it all started because I made a post on Threads and said that I wanted to talk to artists about their art, specifically like songwriters. I want to know the background of the story. I want to know what made you come up with this thought. I mean, I know that for myself, I know that for my songs, but I don't know that for literally any other song that exists in the world because y'all haven't told me. So I kind of want to know why you guys write what you write and say what you say. Like, I already know what I write and why I write what I write, but I don't know why y'all write what you write. So I want to know. This is an attempt to know and to learn and to absorb. And I also just think I started off as a theater major and was very much fascinated by the human experience and the facets of personalities and emotions and feelings and thoughts and who we are as human beings, and who, like, the, I don't even know how profound we can be, how profound we can feel. All of that is fascinating to me. Um, so I like talking to people about how fascinating they are. I guess. I don't know. I also just love listening to people talk about their art because it's something that they're passionate about, and I'm a passionate person. And when someone's passionate about something, it's inspiring to watch them talk about what they're passionate about, because then it might make me more passionate about it. I've been to conferences where people are talking about energy and mitochondria and stuff, and they're so passionate about it, so they're excited about it, and I'm inspired by watching them relay to me the information that they're so excited about. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's whatever. I'm just talking to myself at this point. um, but humans are fascinating. I want to learn more about them. The reason I'm doing this is to learn more about them. That's all I got. I would put this on every single platform, but StreamYard is expensive and I'm not getting any money out of this. And this isn't generating any money. I just want to have these conversations because I think they're beautiful. Um, so maybe it can grow to something where we get sponsors if people also support this and want to keep continuing to have conversations like this. Find me a sponsor, boo. I don't know. Um, I am literally just trying to kill time. I have 10 minutes to chat about nothing. I'm going to use this footage and cut it up and do things with it. But yeah, welcome to my Artist Only podcast, where we talk to artists who are passionate about their art. I think the brand itself, Artist Only, I've been using that hashtag for the last like 10 years at least. And um, it sort of stems from the fact that I think when we're born, we're all artists. And a lot of times we don't stay artists because society does not support art. It exploits artists. It does not want us to be artists. It's just going to take advantage of you, stomp all over you, take your creativity, and then be like, hey, go get a real job. Um, so I feel like my artist journey I had to deconstruct a lot of what I was taught about being successful, and instead staying true to who we're all born as, which is artists. We're all artists at the end of the day. If you give a kid a piece of paper and a marker and leave the room, they're going to create something. Like, we are creators naturally. And to not be creating full time to our fullest extent or fullest potential sucks. And there are so many people who are so creative who don't create, and that sucks. That's horrible. I hate that about society. I hate that society doesn't support artists. I hate that society does not want artists to thrive. They don't want you to stay creative. They don't want you to make things. They want you to work for them so that they can exploit your labor and your brain and all the other things. And so I'm getting started. But I really, really want to spread the message of staying true to the artist that you're born as when you come here, staying creative, keep creating regardless of how society makes you feel like you're not supposed to be creating and that it's not something that's valuable. I think art is extremely valuable, and even though they pay musicians a fraction of a penny per stream, you matter, your song matters, your art matters, and I don't want us to keep internalizing the money, the dollar amounts as success. Like, as long as you're creating, as long as you're staying true to that artistic self that you were supposed to be, that we are all supposed to be, because fam, we're not supposed to be working for companies and paying bills. We're supposed to be running around like the squirrels, finding food and singing and dancing and arguing and gossiping like the birds. Like, we are not supposed to be paying bills, and I will die on that hill. But whatever, I pay bills. I gotta pay to have a whole internet situation set up. I had to buy everything in here because capitalism. But it's whatever. I can't do anything about that. I can complain about it though, so I complain about it a lot. But at the end of the day, we are all artists. We are all supposed to be doing art. So, artists only. Period. Period. I don't know how there's people who have podcasts and they just talk. I'm not a talker. I'm a listener. But I wanted to make sure that everything was working properly, so I logged on early to chat. We chatting. Thank you for chatting with me, even though I'm in here by myself. So why I've answered why am I doing this? Because I want to learn more about artists. I want to talk to artists, humanize them, and support them, and spread love. I've been saying spread love. I've been screaming spread love from the mountaintops since I started sharing my own music, because I feel like my music makes me feel loved and supported by the ancestors and by the band surrounding me slash by the people who stop and listen. So there's that. I had a brain fart. I forgot what I was talking about. Perimenopause. But I love the way music makes me feel, and that feeling feels like love. And so to spread music feels like I'm spreading love. And so this podcast is also a manifestation of spreading love, because I say spread love as I'm performing and whatever, but also spreading love to other artists, spreading love to other people in the community that do what I do, and supporting them and making sure you go listen to them and follow them and buy their music too. It's not just about me. I think it needs to be this huge ecosystem of creatives that work together to produce beautiful, magical things that we can all appreciate for decades to come. I don't think the best songs that we love so much were made in a bedroom with one person. It's just not realistic. Um, while there are some people who can write, record, mix, master, market everything by themselves, congratulations, hats off to you. But like, you don't have to. There are other people, you have community around you that can support you so that you don't have to do everything by yourself. And I learned that this year, which I'm very thankful for. There are other people who would love to support and spread love. So maybe you'll be watching this to find more artists to support. Continue spreading love. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm thankful for the opportunity. I'm thankful that I have this time in my day to talk to people and spread music and spread love. And I'm really excited to talk to my friend Kenny, who's going to be here in a few minutes. I met Kenny through TikTok. TikTok hella goes for that. YouTube hella goes too. Shouts out to YouTube. But I met a lot of artists on TikTok, and I'm really, really grateful for the opportunities that have presented themselves because of these cool people that I now know. They are very talented. They're all in my playlist. All the people that I'm featuring on this podcast here will be people that I listen to and support and love. And I don't know, I'm proud of all of you guys. I'm excited for this journey. I'm excited to talk to people. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to learn all those things. I hope beautiful things come from these conversations. Ooh, let me see. to see if I can watch it. Well, doesn't matter. Um, what did I mention? I don't know. But this will be the Artist Only podcast where we talk to artists, where we support artists, where we spread love to other artists, where we value the beauty in people who continue to create despite the odds against them, despite how easy technology has made it to create art. We still feel the need to go the analog way and make art that feels true to us without prompting something else to make it for us. Shouts out to those people who stand their ground and create. I hella love you. I don't know. Let's do this thing. Let's see. Is my tech properly set up? Can you hear me? Am I loud enough? Let me make myself a little louder just in case. How's that? Can you hear me? Are we here? I'm hoping so. Let's see. I am waiting for the Kenny. He will be here soon. I believe. Play a little music in the background. A little subtle something, something. This is cute. StreamYard is cute. I see you features. Okay. Make me feel professional, Loki. Can't really hear myself though. He's coming. Let's see. I'll send him another one. tune, friends. I'm gonna get more comfortable. I just hope my feet don't fall asleep. Let's see my pillow. Still waiting. He's trying to get in. Welcome. We live struggle. Kenny's trying to get in. We're struggling right now. But yeah. Yeah, he said the link was taking a long time to load. That's what I figured, but I'm on like the stage thing. I don't see anybody. But it should work. He's trying to log in from his phone. Because it worked super easy when I did it. I just clicked and I was in. There he goes. How do I make him in stage? I see him backstage. Add to stage. Yay! Him here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Am I like echoing at all or
No.
okay, perfect. Cool.
You
Hell yeah.
sound good.
Hell yeah.
Hi, friend. Let me turn the
Hello.
music off. What am I doing? Hold on. Hi.
How do I make you bigger? Is that possible?
You want me bigger? I have the like.
Oh, there we go. That's perfect. Now I can see you. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of other stuff on my screen.
Friend, how you?
I'm doing good. I'm surviving and thriving. How are you, Danielle?
I'm good. I'm good. So introduce yourself. I know who you are, but whoever watches this maybe doesn't know. You have to tell them.
So, my name is Kenny Moss. I am a rapper artist out of Reno, Nevada. Been making music, releasing music since like 2023, making music since maybe 2019. Um, And yeah, I that's pretty much the gist of it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I was talking and chatting on here for a little bit before you came, and I was telling no one who was listening. that I met you on TikTok, which is so cool. But then I also got to meet you in person, and we also got to do a song together. And I'm a fan of your most recent project. I know you're working on a project with Juice, but I haven't heard all of that. I can only speak to what I know, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I
Oh
listen to
yeah.
Kenny Moss.
Likewise, Danielle. Likewise.
So we shot them down. The whole album is in my playlist. So I have my personal favorites, but I want you to talk about which you could talk about the whole project, or you could talk about other projects. I just want to know like what. How did I word it? Which one of your projects feels the most vulnerable to you? My guess would have been this one, but I don't know.
This one is close. I think I would debate between two of my projects. This one is very vulnerable, but then it's taking my inner perspective and like making it macro, like looking at how the whole world is being affected by similar things. I think my first album is probably like my most vulnerable on a hyper me specific level. Um, that was fully made in the wake of like my cousin passing away, and so I think I took like a 3 month leave from work, and I didn't give a fuck about anything else but just like waking up and making music. And yeah, so I would say have to lean that one. And I put so much into that one that it made me not want to put that much energy into a project ever again. Um, so yeah, I would lean that one. But this most recent one is a very close second for sure.
Yeah. And when you say you almost didn't want to put it out because it took so much, or didn't want to do it again because it took so much out of you, why? Talk about that.
S- So I think it was I I was struggling to like it's hard to be vulnerable about this. I was struggling like just to survive at that time. And so I woke up and my only thing was this project. Like my only thing was like doing this. And I neglected so many other aspects of my life. And just to see that, it comes out and I love the project. I think it's a great project, but it's not like it was this earth-shattering thing. And like some people said super kind things about like how it affected them and helped them with their struggles. And I'm grateful that it helped those people. But I put I almost think I was manic at that time because I put so much into it of like it gonna be this big thing or it gonna be this like thing that saves my life because like I thought I didn't have a way to save my life. And then I also had this whole thing of like I need to honor my cousin Mikey because he never heard me rap and like it needs to be like big for him and like all that stuff. And it was like that was just way too much pressure to put on a first project when you've never done anything before.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just like, I'm never gonna do that again. But I am super proud of the songs that came out, and I think if Mikey could hear them, he would be like impressed by them. But I just don't know that I want to give that much of myself to my art and neglect the other aspects of my life like that.
Yeah. So do you feel like you've numbed it a little bit, like numbed it down? No,
Like
no.
the grief or
Yeah, because if you say that like that one project might have come from a manic state, do projects after that feel slightly numb or like a little bit numb, or do you feel like you're just not going to give 100% of yourself because of the way it wasn't received or was received? Like I'm curious.
I think even if it was received like as some massive thing, I think I still wouldn't want to do that again.
Yeah, just not
Um,
healthy.
Exactly. It's not healthy. I think it would have to be organic. Like the only reason I was able to even do it then was because it happened naturally. I like willingly gave that much of myself. I don't know that I would willingly do that again. Like it would have to be I mean, I turn to this every time I hit rock bottom. It would have to be like a really, really another new level of rock bottom for me to say, fuck everything else in my life. I'm only gonna wake up and make songs all day. So yeah.
I don't know. It feels like kind of healing. Like that was how you healed. Have
Well,
you always
yeah,
felt that
I
way?
no, I agree. I agree with that for sure. But I think I'm still healing with the approach now, and I think I'm not neglecting my loved ones so much, not neglecting me and my own health so much. Like I think I just have a healthier balance between everything.
Yeah.
Because I was not a good in my eyes, I wasn't a good person at that time. Like I was making up and making songs that it went on to help people, but I was neglecting everything else that mattered to me in the process because I was so nihilistic about life. And I was like just trying to make whatever was going to get me to the end of the day so I could go to sleep and feel like okay, I should still be here. So yeah, not to get super dark. I'm not in that place at this time. I want to make that clear. Like I'm
Yeah.
cool now, but
But sometimes you have to get it out of you to get out of that place. And
I
I
agree.
think that's what art is so it's why art is so necessary because it helps us navigate those spaces.
Yeah, I agree. This has been where I turn to when every time there's an emotion that's like new or an experience that's like shocking, I'm like, I don't know how to deal with it. I just write a song about it and then it makes sense afterwards. And I'm like, oh, cool.
Same, fam, same.
Hell yeah.
There's something about the like repeat of like saying it over and over again too, like performing it. Then your brain does this thing and it like heals you somehow
hmm
from speaking it over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's interesting. You almost you don't become detached from those experiences, but you maybe frame them in a new light. Like they feel like a stepping stone more than this life shattering thing that was happening, you know?
Yeah, yeah, fully. So in line with that, do you find that because you felt like you created that from more of a manic state, was that a process that happened faster for you, or like was that the project that took longer or took shorter? Like, I'm going on to the second to last question I sent you. That's probably skipping. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go
Ask whatever you want in whatever order you want.
back. Well, because I was, I'm not good at this, but let's take it back. I want to ask, how does your art make you feel?
it gives me fulfillment that I think that I wish on every human. You know what I'm saying? Like I think you can relate to this. Like any artist who makes songs can relate to this. Even those crappy ones in the beginning, like when you finish a song and you're like, "Oh my God, like I made this thing and I never even thought I could do this." Like I've loved this my entire life and I studied the shit out of it my entire life, but I never believed that I could actually do it myself. So for me, every time I make a song, there's just a sense of surrealism to that. Um, and then yeah, and fulfillment. And like I would wish that on every human. Like even if it's not music, like I wish every human would just create things because it's something that it's wild, bro. I don't even know how to describe it.
No, I totally agree. It's just like when I look at my child and I'm like, I made you? Like, how did I
Yeah.
make you,
And that's a
fam?
whole human.
But it's the same energy of when I'm hearing a song for the first time, like fully mastered. I usually cry. Like the first master, hear it, I cry because it's like watching it. It's not birth, but
hmm
it's birth. Like it's a birth of something different. It's not like a human, obviously, doesn't breathe and all that, but
Yeah, it's the birth of
a
something
song
abstract.
is yeah, a song is gonna live longer than you are, so that's hella magical
No,
and
seriously.
hella beautiful. And you hear it and you feel the same magic that you would feel if you were to look at a child that you gave birth to. I don't care what anybody says. Same, same.
I mean, I have never given a birth to a child personally, but I would agree. Like, if I was gonna compare it to something, that's what I compare it to. It's like you love every aspect, like everything you've ever made, you have a love for it, even if you see its flaws later on, or even if you see like, maybe you've grown past the point that you made it. It's still a documentation of that point of your life. So,
Yeah, yeah. That's so beautiful. I have another question. Okay, so now I want to go to that other question that I had. So tell me about a song. It could be from any project. I don't care. That fell out of you really fast, and like, why do you think that was?
um, there's a few of them. I think I'll say one that happened recently. I was in the Bay with Juice and Charlie. I think it was June or July, one of those two
That was
months.
July. I was
That was
here.
July.
Well, I wasn't here. That's why I wasn't here, but I was here right
Yeah.
after.
Yeah, we made a song called Ramona. You know Juice's cat, Ramona, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Um so and it sounds like it's about a girl, of course. Like, we wrote it to be that way, but I feel like that thing fell out of us pretty quick. Like we've pretty much finished the song in one day, and then Charlie just touched up the piano solo a couple days later, and we sent it in to get mixed. So that one is the most recent example, I would say.
Just like, boom, let's make this.
Yeah, it was like it was one day's time. I feel like we pretty much had the song finished, and then the day before that, Juice and I made something for content. It was just like a verse and a hook. And he made a beat from this like bike beeper that somebody sent in to him and was like, sample this. And we made that shit in like 55 minutes flat. And then we were like, yo, this shit's hard. Like, how the fuck did we do this? So that was cool too.
I mean, I've been in the room with y'all. You do work fast. Just find a sample, get some kicks on it, and then like do a few other things, and boom, you got yourself a track, Loki. So
Yeah,
I see
I
how
like to
fast
keep
it
it
happens.
I like to keep it simple like that. That's the simple things in life are the things I like, so I like my music the same way.
Yeah. And so, on the contrary, can you name a song that took forever and a day that you questioned, that you went back and threw out the first verse and started over again? Like, what was that process? Which song is that?
Yeah, so from the So We Shot Them Down album to Kill a Red Tail took like close to 2.5 years probably to get finished.
Oh.
I think so. The first verse I wrote for it was the second verse on the song, and that was like shortly after I released the first album. So it was like summer of 2023. And that song eventually doesn't come out until October of 2025. But I write that first verse, which it was at the time the first verse, it becomes the second verse. But all I knew was I wanted it to be like from the perspective of a criminal on the run, right? But then I wrote it and I was like, this feels too like I'm taking it too serious, like I'm trying too hard to be like artsy or like say a message, right? So I kind of put it on the back burner. And then in December of 2024, the Luigi Mangione thing happens. And so then that gave me a root of being a criminal on the run. And it gave me an anti-capitalist stance, which is something I wanted to do. So then I went back and I changed things about the second verse to kind of fit Luigi in a way. And then 2025, move into the new apartment, birds move in. We raise them, they get killed by the hawk. And then that gives me the whole it was a red tail hawk, so that gives me the whole connection between everything, and then it clicks, and I was like, okay, thank God I didn't write this. Like, I have this weird thing. I don't want to force myself to write songs because I feel like if I forced myself to write that song too early, that idea never would have came. So
Hmm.
yeah, so then that idea came with the red tail connection, and it allowed me to keep it anti-capitalist, but I feel like it also gave it this like mystical feel. It took away some of that, oh, I'm taking it too seriously. Like when you make this whole hawk connection, it feels like more fairy tale, you know what I'm saying? And that helps me lean into the like the corniness of it without it feeling corny. At least I hope. That's what I was going for. So anyway, yeah, after that hawk thing happened, I then went and wrote the first verse, setting it up as if I was only talking about hawks. Then I adjusted slight things about the second verse, and then I wrote that third verse to nail home the anti-capitalist thing. And then yeah. And then Avilia, she
Bodied
like
that song. I loved
she
it. I
did.
love it so much.
She did. And just like
It has
you,
this like tone and richness that like it strikes a little bit of fear in you, and plus the
for
like
sure.
melody in that song, it like this isn't my opinion, this is about you, but I love that song, just
I
saying.
wouldn't say that. This is your podcast. I
But the
wouldn't
whole
say that.
point is to talk to y'all about stuff. I want to hear, I want to listen. I'm not much of a talker, but when it comes to your album, I have some opinions, so I talk about it. I
Well,
love the richness in her voice. I love what she brings to that song. I think it's
I agree. I think she bodied it. And like you, she came up super, super clutch. Like you guys are awesome because I scramble. I like set a date and I'm like, it has to be this date. But then I like procrastinate and take too long and send it to the features late. So then I like give them a deadline. They're like, is this fucking homework? Like, why are you giving me a deadline? And then, but y'all came up clutch with that. So like, I can't thank you enough. But
well.
yeah,
That's what
she
you
killed it.
said. That what did you just say? Going back, you mentioned like I try not to force it and let it just come to me. In that same aspect, when you sent me the song the first time I listened to it, the what I came up with on the hook, that's what I sang along to the first time I heard it, and I just kind of went with that gut instinct. And sometimes gut instinct feels good.
Yeah, I agree. I think gut instinct is what we should follow. I feel like the songs come from inside, so it's like we need to follow that more than anything. That's why it cracks me up because artists will like they'll make a song and they'll be like, "Yo, check this out! I did this super sick part that I did on purpose," and then they'll send it into like a review person online, and then the review person is like, "This part you did, I don't fuck with it," and then they come back to me and they're like, "Yeah, so now I gotta change it." I'm like, "Bro, you did it on purpose!
That
Like,
was the part
like
that,
that's."
yeah.
So yeah, I always find that funny. I try not. That's why I don't send my shit in for reviews because I'm like, I know what they're gonna already dislike.
Well, and the thing about reviews is that music is so subjective, so you're relying on that one person's taste, and their taste may not be your taste. So y'all might not see eye to eye. And there are people who are open-minded about music, and you never know who is the most open-minded when you're submitting your stuff. So it's like hit or miss. You might get a bad review and then think it's a trash song when there's like millions of people who would love that song in its original form as it was before you tried to change it because one person felt this one way about it.
Exactly. I mean, Andre 3000 said that his friends weren't fucking with Hey Ya, and then the whole world did. So,
It's like sometimes it's better to just like keep it to yourself and then put it out when you're ready to put it out rather than waiting and like sending a million people the demo and getting 35 different opinions that don't all agree. It's like, what are we doing? And then you don't always know people's intentions. You hope when you're submitting your music that people have good intentions, but you never know.
yep, that's facts. Yeah, I am a big advocate for artists do what you felt you needed to do and don't stray from that, you know.
Yeah. Aside from like technical stuff,
Well,
which
yeah.
is where I love when like Jane and Joelle come in because they do recognize different genres. They don't care. Their taste is very like, we can recognize when something's good. We'll get you on the technical stuff. And a
Yeah.
lot of reviewers don't know the technical stuff. So they can't even comment on the technical stuff. They're just commenting on their feelings. And that's not.
Yeah, that's just a random person who doesn't even know what you were trying to do most likely. At least with Jane and Joelle there's an element of understanding the process, you know.
Yeah. It's like, I get what you were trying to do. Here's how
Exactly.
we can navigate this to keep what you have, but enhance it and not like change it.
Exactly.
So I have another question that I didn't give you in advance. Um, do you find yourself gravitating towards certain cadences in music? Like, do you feel like you have a sonic identity? Like, can you trace back to who that identity comes from? Maybe like the albums behind you, or like,
Yeah, most definitely.
like
So,
who are your influences? I guess is what I'm trying to ask.
I think I primarily land on like a lot of people say I sound like I'm from New York, and I think I would agree with that sentiment. Like people that I grew up on mostly like Nas, Doom, very much more monotone delivery, very much focus on technical aspects and the flow kind of following the technical lyricism in a sense, like maybe the lyrics kind of shaping the flow. Um so yeah, I would Nas Doom for sure. Kendrick is probably my biggest influence in how I approach like my songwriting and like the whole album process. Like I always loved how he intertwined everything, was super conceptual. So that's my biggest influence in how I approach the albums and everything. Um yeah, I would say those are probably the three main ones. The person I get compared to most is Mac Miller, and Mac Miller I definitely like have a lot of influence from him as well. But I think a lot of that just comes with having less melanin. You know what I'm saying? So, but I still love Mac. So like I take it as a compliment. And if I'm gonna get compared to just a white rapper, he's honestly the one I would prefer over any of them. So, um,
Ooh, would you do like an acoustic rap situation?
like a roots kind of thing, like a live band kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I think that would be fire. Like, um, especially if not like for an album, like I definitely like for a tour or something at some point. I think that would be crazy.
We can make that happen.
Hell yeah, I would love that. I think that would be awesome.
Kenny Moss in a live band, like throwback MTV Unplugged.
Exactly. Exactly. That would be sick. I have to get my if we're gonna do the whole live rap band thing, I gotta get my breath control up to compete with Black Thought because that man is a monster. The way he performs is insane.
Oh, so okay. Another question. I've been seeing you performing. How does it feel going from studio to stage with the lyrics, with the raps, with the how is it? How's the difference?
It has been so much more fun than I thought it was gonna be. I was really nervous to perform because I know that when you perform, you watch all your favorite artists, you know it sounds different live, and you know that you kind of have to approach different live. Like for me, one of the main things, like I noticed breath control will get really tough. I've got to sometimes change lines on the fly in order to be able to get a breath in, but still have it make sense. And I've been kind of treating this like live is where people are hearing my words more. So I really want to make sure I'm like saying my shit and I'm clear. And so it's been challenging, but like super super fun. And I've just been trying to study. I don't like me personally. I don't like being I'm gonna say this and you say this and like forcing people to get involved, especially when it's like a small show where like you can tell people don't care. Um, like that's not my kind of thing. So like I've been really studying artists like me who are kind of like more laid back and like really kind of can command a show just even just standing in one spot sometimes. And I've just been trying to study them and emulate that, and it's
J.
been so
Cole's good
fun.
at that.
J. Cole's very good. J. Cole, Earl, Doom when it actually is him. It's not always him because he be on some villain shit. But
See, like performing a mask and you don't know.
yeah, he'll like hire like stunt doubles. People will pay their hard-earned money to go to this show, and it'll be a fake ass Doom on the stage.
That's
But
so disrespectful, fam.
no, no, it is. But he's a villain, right? Like that's the whole character. So it's like we can't even be mad. Like you a villain.
How you
It
gonna
became
scam your own fans though?
it's so funny though because it became like a stick. Like people would be like, "Yo, I got doomed." Like I pulled up and it wasn't really hit. Like people were hyped about it. Like it was funny.
I know none of the sorts. I would never do that to my people.
I wouldn't either, but you know, he's a villain for a reason.
A stunt double? Nah.
They say
Nobody's
Usher be
face
doing
is.
that.
I heard that. I saw it. I don't know. I thought it was AI at first. I was like, that's not true. He wouldn't do that. So I didn't even look further into it, but
I have no clue.
maybe it's a thing now.
Usher's crazy though because he can't hide behind a villain persona. So you're just doing it just to be scummy.
Literally. Like, why? Ooh, there are comments. He's like, what song would you want someone to listen to first if they were new to your music?
Oh man, that's tough. Um, I will say I think the one that has gotten the most positive feedback throughout my life has been Cry. So I guess I'll just say that one just because it seems to be the one that connects with people the most. And I think it is a really good accessible song for a starting point. So it's not too weird, but it's also not too mainstream leaning. It's still pretty true to who I am. So
Yeah. All right, I have another question. I want to go through some of the lyrics of one of my favorite songs from your project, which I don't even know what it's called. I have to look up thing to see what it's called. That's what's hilarious. Hang on. Tommy and Cindy. What is that song called?
yeah, just me, Tommy and
Just Me.
Cindy.
Is it called Just Me?
Just me, Tommy and Cindy. Yeah, that's the whole title. It's a
I
long
love
one.
this song. Tell people about this song.
Yeah, so this song it came to for those who don't know, and this song is written very metaphorical. Okay, so I do want that to be clear because I had some nerves around releasing this song because I didn't want people to take it literally. Um, but was diagnosed with schizoaffective, and if you don't know, you get intense intrusive thoughts that sometimes become auditory with that disorder, and there's varying severities. So I'm lucky to where I only really get auditory, but I wanted to, and you know what, I hate to admit that I was influenced by an Eminem song because I feel like that's very cliche, but 97 Bonnie and Clyde was like kind of the inspiration for like the feeling around that. And so I wanted to take something that was a very abstract experience for me or a very internal experience for me and frame it in kind of a more literal worldview. And that was another song that was written probably about over a year's time because the first verse I just had the idea of taking the masculine voice in my head and the feminine voice in my head, having them being represented by these characters. And then, fast forward a year later, I had spent some time in the psych ward. And then when I got out, I had this whole experience of seeing other people who, like, my experience is bad, but like, damn, y'all are like, I feel for you. Like, so coming out of that, then I wanted to take the song in a direction of, because kind of how I'm doing with the whole album, take my internal experience and direct it outward to show how it's affect like all of American health system is not helping people like this. Like if even if I was this severe to where I was really seeing them and all these things, like I would not get the help. I just saw a bunch of people like that not getting the help. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the core of that song.
I love it. And I'm waking it up because I am glued the fuck into that Patrick Clancy, Lindsay Clancy case. And it's all basically about mental health and the failures of the system. And now it's on display for the whole court system to see the failures of the mental health system. And if you, a white male, and if her, a white nurse, can't get the care that they need, what are we
Everybody
even
else is
doing?
fucked. Everybody
Right.
else is
What are
fucked.
we
Yeah,
doing? So
absolutely.
I love that song. I think it's very, very well written. Hats off to you. Share it more.
I appreciate that because I do have a lot of insecurity around that song because I don't want people to I don't want to be looked at as insane. That comes with my diagnosis is like I
But
fear people
that
viewing me as
doesn't
insane all the time.
matter. If you're an artist, everybody already thinks you're insane. They think we're insane because we're doing this, and no
That's a
one's.
good
You
point.
get a fraction of a penny per stream. You have to be insane to keep going.
That's a very good point. Yeah, I'll lean more into the not caring if I'm viewed as insane.
No, I have a heavy fuck with that song. I love it. So another question: who is your Mount Rushmore of rap? Which kind of you kind of answered a little, but
Yeah, it's for sure the three names I said that are on there: Kendrick, Nas, Doom. Fourth name, shit, bro. I have a soft spot for Aesop Rock, but I think I have to absolutely respect the longevity and when I was a kid, I definitely was not as big of an Aesop fan as this person, but I'll put Black Thought on there because that fool has classic albums from 95 until like as recent as 2022 if you ask me. And that is like insane. That is insane longevity. And I don't think the Roots ever put out a bad album. I don't think he ever rapped a bad verse, which I can't say for any other rapper. So I'll put him on there just off the respect. So those four.
yeah. And then an influence who's not a rapper, who's somebody that we wouldn't even know that you hardcore listen to when no one's around.
Mama's Gun, Erica Badu is maybe like my favorite album ever, period. So that one, I love Bitches Brew, Miles Davis too. You'll know that though if you listen to my raps, because I reference Bitches Brew like every other verse. It's probably annoying at this point. But um,
But you
so
do
yeah,
gravitate towards jazzy type beats too, so
absolutely. I love jazz. I love jazz. I think rap, especially like freestyling, like it feels like jazz to me.
it is.
So yeah.
I mean, originally hip hop was jazz, right? Weren't they just like speaking over music and then singing? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
what was
it
happening in the 20s. What was they doing?
I don't, a lot of shit they shouldn't have
Right?
been.
High out of their minds, having the ball, having the
Having a
ball.
ball.
I have a final question for you. What keeps you going? Like, why are you still doing this? You could be doing a million other things. You could do it as a hobby, but now you got a whole website. You're about it. Why do you do it? Why do you share?
Why do I share is because I've seen how people respond to it, and I honestly take it as like, okay, like people don't respond to this if it's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Because there was a lot of times where I wanted to stop putting it out publicly and just make it for me, and I guess quote unquote quit. But I wasn't quitting making music. I was just quitting putting it out to the public.
Yeah.
But then you see how people respond to it, and I'm like, I never in my life thought this many people, and it's not even like a bunch of people, but I never in my life thought this many people would fuck with this. So it's like, why would I just hold on to it? And plus, like you said, the songs live longer than me. So if anybody, whoever they may be, is curious about who I was, you're gonna listen to my discography and have a project for each chapter of my life from 22 on. So
Ain't that magical?
it's
Do you ever
crazy.
just like go to your own page and be like, look what I did? I did that. Do you give yourself flowers? Because you should.
I don't know about my page. I do that with my albums though. The other day at work, I definitely played my four projects and then played what we have done of Moss Juice. And I was like, yo, what? Like, I'm actually kind of dope. Like, this is crazy. Like, so I definitely do that with the music. Yeah, I got to get better at all the other stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
I think a lot of us struggle with our like we believe in ourselves, but we struggle with the like confidence to put it out there the way a narcissist would, just because we're empaths at the end of the day, and like wouldn't want somebody all up in our face with their stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
So we're a
and
little shy.
it's also an element of like you're just saying stuff like I don't know. I've said stuff on records and then put them out like that I haven't even said to like my own mom or like my closest friend. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think there's also that like what reservation. I don't know.
There was a quote that I read years ago. I'm gonna butcher it, but it's something about how if you're like you have to be transparent in order for the light to shine through you. Something like that.
Yeah,
I know I butchered it. But it's so important that we as artists are transparent so that the light can shine through us, so that it can touch people.
and I agree because I have a lot of insecurity around like how what I put in my songs is going to be interpreted by different people, and I feel like I'm relatively aware of how other humans perceive me. And so I like always talk to my girlfriend about like, but like, should I do this one? Like, I don't want like, what if they think it's this? And she's like, who gives a fuck what they think it is? Like, it is what it is. Like, you're not gonna get anywhere by not letting it be what it is. Like, you said, because I told she was like, you said it yourself. Like, these are your diary entries. You're not gonna think about, oh, how is somebody gonna read my diary? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
These are things that we think about, though. Like, how do you not think about that? You know what I mean? Like,
you
you
have
you,
to
you don't want to care, and it's easy to be like, don't care. But how you gonna not care?
exactly.
It's your heart. Like it's you. It's a piece of you. So I get that. I got another question. This one's from Auntie Mimi. Do you have any processes, rituals, or disciplines that help you?
Did you say Auntie Mimi?
Yeah, that's my
Like,
my sister in
oh,
law.
bruh, I have an auntie Mimi. I
You
was like,
do.
yo, that's my aunt. I was like, what? That's crazy. Yeah.
Miriam, Auntie Mimi.
Okay, my auntie Mimi's Marianne. That's funny. What was the question again? I'm sorry. That threw me off.
She said, "Do you have any processes, rituals, or discipline that helps you?"
I'm so bad with discipline. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Processes and rituals for sure. I just they are not daily. I'll be very honest about that. I need ADHD medication bad, and I'm working to make that happen now. Um,
I think smoking is my ADHD medication.
and that's how I've been using it, right? And I think my shit not powerful enough. Like I need to, or I need to smoke more, or maybe that's. Am I wrong? Am I going down the wrong path right
No,
now?
that's exactly. I saw a thread. Somebody was like, "What are we doing for ADHD folks that aren't diagnosed?" And everybody was like, "Smoking weed? What do you mean? Like
It's
cannabis, edibles,
like
gummies? Like that's the medication."
that's
I'm
like the
crying.
only
That's
option.
hella
That's
funny.
yeah. That's how I use it. That's for damn sure. But I don't know. I feel like I do need ADHD medication just because I'll say to myself I'm gonna do this daily, and I just can't do nothing daily. Like every day I wake up and it's like I got to do something different than I did yesterday. I don't have the capacity for that. Like so. I need to get that in check because, especially being a business owner now, that cannot be how I operate. So I'm gonna try to get some ADHD meds. But rituals though, like I for sure meditate every single day. That is one thing that I do find a way to get in, even if just for like 3 minutes at some point. Um, so that is my number one ritual is meditate, turn inward. I think a lot of people try to find God out here, and like that's God's here for everybody. So I'm a big advocate for meditation.
And also just quiet. I
Hmm.
think our attention spans are so shot and we're so used to doing stuff. I remember as a kid, like being bored. I don't find boredom as an adult. So we have to go back to boredom a little bit and
That's
do
actually
nothing.
crazy. That's actually crazy because I relate to that heavily. Not finding boredom as an adult. Like as an adult, the boring things are like, oh, thank God.
I like
It's,
want to sit still. Like I look forward to waiting and not having to do like I like to take public transportation now just so I can like sit and stare at traffic or not stare at traffic, just stare into space. Like
yeah,
taking those moments of stillness. So
it's
meditation is
like
very important.
the moments of stillness are like the best part of the day, oftentimes.
The short walks, the smoke breaks. I feel like that's also meditate. It's a meditative process. For me, it's cooking, cleaning, things that like my phone is nowhere near me and I'm just doing
Yeah,
and thinking about stuff. Not like I'm thinking about not what I'm doing. If that makes sense.
yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any more things you want to tell people who've never heard your music before about you?
Um, I don't think so.
He's like, I don't want to tell anybody about myself. Tell us about your upcoming projects. What are you working
Oh yeah. That's thank you. See, I need the alley oops. Like I'll get there. I will one day we'll get PR training and I'll get there, right? Moss Juice, I'm super fucking stoked for. It's the first time I didn't say to myself, I'm gonna have a clear concept where every song is gonna fit to this specific theme. But yet in the end it still ended up doing that, which is like super, super cool to me. But I just gave myself the freedom to just like make the songs and see what happened. And then just the best ones that I had, we sent to the features or decided to hold on to. And then now we have this full project and we've got some interludes like from Nicki that are like gold. I don't know if you've heard if Juice has played you any of those, but
No, but I think I heard did Charlie do something?
Charlie
Or
did.
like an intro or something?
So yeah, Charlie, we kind of did like on auditions thing, like so we had people try out. Charlie was super close to what I envisioned when I like wrote the script for the skits, right? But then Nikki, like, it was just hard for us not to pick Nikki's. We think we're gonna go probably with Nikki's for like all of them, but we did have this idea of the character like swapping to Charlie midway through, like as like a joke. I'm still considering it. I don't know for certain. We'll let Charlie know though, but yeah.
I'm curious to hear the rest of I
Yeah,
love it when
I'm
my friends make art together though. That's hella fun.
it's been sick. We got so many people involved. Even some of the tracks that don't have features, like we have a track that is a loop from Robbie, and then we have a track that I want to send to Suchi soon. I'm I'm being very nitpicky about the verses on it at the moment, so it's taking me a second. But I want to get Suchi on the hook. But Avilia did the chords for the loop on that one too. So
On guitar?
I think
Do
she
like
did
a guitar
piano.
loop? Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
See, multi instrumentalist, that
yeah.
queen.
Yeah, so it's been cool. Like people, like there's the features, of course, that are all listed, but then there's people who work behind the scenes as well. Like Jelani is doing all the claps, and I think he played some of the keys on the track that we have with Alien Bree. So like, it's just cool. There's been a bunch of people involved in it. It was cool.
I love that. That's so exciting. I'm so excited for you guys. I fucking love this shit. I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on YouTube. Sorry. Um,
I'm pretty sure I've been cussing.
I have. It's fine. Nobody said anything to me yet.
Yeah,
It's fine. But thank you so much for talking to me. Thank you for sharing your art with me. Thank you for sharing your processes. I hella love you. Always got your back. Will always support you. Um, that's all I got.
that was great. I mean, you said earlier that you were like, I'm not very good at this. I was like, I don't know what she's talking about. I feel like she's doing a pretty damn good job. Like first episode. So
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I just know that I want to share more of your guys' stories because I be rooting from you or for you from afar, and I want to root for you. up close on the internet for people to see.
Likewise, Danielle. I don't do well with the internet. I'm trying to
I'm trying to
jump those
figure it
hurdles.
out. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, what can I do? How can I make this not as painful? And I think talking to people that I already love makes it easier to show up. So I'm going to use this, clip this up, put this as content. I'll share it with you. You can do the same.
Yeah. I've
Boom.
been I've been loving the shows because the shows give me free content that I don't got to think about. So,
More of this energy. A whole 40 something minutes of something you can share.
exactly.
Well,
Got to go
thank
live
you.
too.
I
Thank you,
know.
Danielle. I
Thank you
appreciate
so
you.
much for being here. Appreciate you. Thank you to the fam for pulling up to ask questions.
I do have a podcast as well that I've somewhat abandoned, but I would like to get you on there at some point to ask you some questions because
Fuck yeah.
this was all about me and my album, but I want to ask about your album too. So we'll have to set that up at some point.
I would love to. Thank you
Hell
so
yeah.
much.
Thank you, Danielle. I love you. And I didn't know
Much
that there was
love.
other people in here. I love y'all too.
It's my partner and my auntie, or my sister in law. But love.
Yeah, that tripped me out. I thought that was my auntie for real. I was like, wait, what? All right, Danielle, peace. Thank you again. It was fun.
Thank you. Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching.